let them swing, come on, rope up.
One day at work, walking around the city of London on my lunch break, I saw a butcher's van. Didn't take a picture, so I can't remember exactly what it said on the side of the van, but because of that I ended up with the opening lyrics to Butcher Boy. It's like a caught in the fever, holding that cleaver, in my head. With the melody, I think it sort of all turned up at the same time, and it sounded a bit cheesy, to be honest. It's a duet rhyming couplet. I'm not always necessarily a fan of those, but I ended up playing around with it and coming up with just a verse, which was enough to throw up online and say, oh, here's some ideas, work in progress sort of stuff. It's like you're caught in a fever, holding that cleaver, little butcher boy. And they're up to their necks, but is that respect? Little butcher boy. Got them praying for angels, repenting their sins, or got them praying out for anything. Simon, one of the denizens of the Tom Slatter Immoral Supports group over on Facebook, he said, oh, more of that, I'd like to hear the end of that. And I thought, well, okay, if one person's into it, maybe other people will be. So I finished the thing. Holding that cleaver, little butcher boy, and they're up to their necks, but is that respect? It's in D minor, the chords F, G minor and D, forming the basis of a lot of what's going on, and pretty straight chords for the most part, a few unexpected notes, but pretty straight chords, which is maybe not hugely Tom Slattery. I've got a style, I know the sort of chords that I use, and these aren't quite it for the most part. It becomes more Tom Slattery in the lyrical subject matter, which is about a butcher, a young butcher, I assume he's an apprentice butcher, who has started practicing his butchering craft on customers who displease him, in particular Alice, who he's got the hots for but does not reciprocate her, so off with her head, quite literally. Things that I like, well, the chorus, the middle eight, it's got this nice descending line down from the because I got all the way down there and that's gone down to an E, it needed to go to an E flat, so I ended up going to C minor, which I think was a nice contrast from the A. That's a C minor 9. That bit in itself I quite liked, but what Gareth added with his guitar part I think really brings that section alive. Probably my favourite little moment on the record is Gareth's guitar part on the refrain on Butcher Boy.
And helped you escape these bloody little cubes you're forcing down that drain. Won't help you escape from the law again. They scream who you are.
Of course, it all builds up to this frantic ending as the Butcher Boy is worried that he's going to be found out and arrested again, having only just escaped from the police. The chords there are F and then G. The chords at the end of that, D flat, E flat, F, which if you play like this, sounds almost nice, doesn't it? Almost gospel. Before ending on the Butcher Boy lyric and the D minor. As with all the songs, the acoustic guitar playing is really messy, really scrappy. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to sound kind of, in the moment, bit frantic. I like this song, of course I do. I wouldn't be putting it out otherwise. I think there's a real grit to it and a real sort of frantic mood to it that I think really works. I just like the darkness of the lyrics as well.
When